What's going on, everyone? Anthony here with AHD Toys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is my little corner of the internet where I like to review and talk about action figures. And today we're going to be talking about the WWE Ultimate Edition Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Now, if I'm being honest with you, this is probably one of my most anticipated figures of this year. They announced a Hollywood Hulk Hogan figure, I think like 5 years ago or something. And well, if you follow wrestling, you all know what happened with Hulk Hogan. There was a little bit of controversy with him, and they basically just wanted to cut all ties with him. So they scrapped that figure, and I guess 5 years later, they finally forgave him or whatever it is. Basically, they finally released the figure, but this time instead of being in a Elite figure, it'll be an Ultimate Edition figure. And if you're not familiar with their Ultimate Edition, this is basically Mattel's and WWE high-end action figures for the wrestling figures. It comes with more articulation, more details, and a lot more accessories. So, what do you say we go ahead and crack this open? And normally I don't show me unboxing the figures, but I gotta admit, these Ultimate Edition boxes are so great. You just gotta slice in a few spots where the tape is, and then it just opens up like a book. Oh, I think I got one more. There we go. So yeah. Very, very collector friendly. You gotta love that. That's a definite plus in my book. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and pull everything out and we'll take a closer look at it. Alright guys, so here we have the figure out of packaging, and what a beautiful figure this is. The sculpting, the paint details, the articulation, basically what you expect from a $30 figure, am I right? But before we go ahead and take a look at him, what do you say we take a look at his accessories? Because being an Ultimate Edition, he does come with quite a few. So what do you say we start off with one of three head sculpts? The first one being the one he comes out of, or with out of the box, and that'll be his, like, I guess, smiling face. Very nice. The detailing on the beard, or I guess the 5 o'clock shadow rather, his little mustache goatee thing going on here, the sculpting on the hair. He even has like these little markings. I'm not sure if this is a mistake or that's how his hair actually is, but they have it on all three heads, so it's not just, well, I mean, it could be a mistake, I don't know, but that is there. There is a bit of a mistake right here on top, a little bit more right there. But yes, that is one of three head sculpts. The other one is his, I guess, just kind of normal looking face. Not quite angry, just kind of staring at you face. Same detailing with the beard, the hair. Then his third and final head, which I'll probably be displaying him with, is his yelling face. And I think, honestly, this is probably the best one out of the three in my opinion. And to go along with this, he does also come with his Hollywood bandana, which does fit on all three heads. So however you feel like displaying him with that, he comes with that. And then also he comes with a pair of his sunglasses. And this also fits on all three heads. I've seen a lot of other pictures where like these sunglasses are really warped and they just look really funny on his head sculpts, but luckily mine came out perfect and it seems to look pretty good on this head sculpt. So yeah, this is basically how I'll be displaying him. Next up, we have his two open grippy hands, I guess you would call them, right there, that he comes with out of the box. Then he also comes with two closed-fisted hands right there. Then he also comes with his white boa with a little bit of the black accents going around. So this is how it would look with it on him. Nothing new. We've seen this many times before on these WWE figures. This one's just done in a white with some black shadowing. Then he comes with the WCW World Title spray painted NWO on top of it. So there you go. And then last but not least, we have his Tearaway NWO t-shirt. This honestly is really, really good. I love the fact that it was the Velcro was done in the front, so you can have those Velcro tearing poses that you would have him in. It also comes with the little slits in the back. So if you want to see what it looks like on him, go ahead and slide this on. Now, the one thing about this is that you have to make sure it's lined up just perfectly. Otherwise, the NWO logo will be off. It seems to be quite a tight fit on him, honestly. So, go ahead and see if I can line this up for you. There you go. Not perfect, but you get the gist of it. And if you want him with the little boa, little bandana, and there you go, NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Very good looking figure. Oh, you know what? He does come with one more accessory. That would be his weight belt. Printed NWO right here on top. If you slide it up or take it off, it does say Hollywood right here on the back of his tights. But yeah, this is such a great figure. I am so glad that I was able to get this. I believe it is slated for an early January 2021 release. I know some retailers were already starting to ship them out. Luckily, I got mine in literally on the day of Christmas. You got to thank those FedEx and UPS guys. They're working overtime to get us our packages, and you know what? They just don't get enough thanks for it. So thank you to all the delivery and post office people out there working during the holiday season. But yeah, all right, guys. So what do you say we go ahead and take a look at his articulation? Go ahead and take this off so you guys can see everything. Okay, so being an Elite figure, he does come with a lot more, being an Ultimate Edition figure, he does come with a lot more articulation points over a regular Elite figure, and definitely over one of their basic figure lines. So, with his head, it does rotate full 360, a little side to side, doesn't look up very far, honestly doesn't look down very far either. Shoulders can go pretty high up. Does rotate full 360, butterfly joints, and now this is a new one for WWE figures. I believe this is the first figure to have butterfly joints. And honestly, I mean, I guess it helps, but it really doesn't go in that far, especially compared to like a Hasbro one. So that's about as far as it goes forward. That's about as far as it goes back. It's basically just there to give you just the slightest movement. Nothing compared to a Hasbro where you could basically bring those forearms all the way in. But yeah, not bad. Glad that Mattel's finally starting to introduce new articulation into these figures. He also does have upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, can go pretty far. Wrist rotation, wrist hinges out about that far, in really far. Upper diaphragm swivel, so no lower ab crunch, so he basically can only go forward that far, not very far, can go back pretty far, will rotate around. Lower waist swivel, ball jointed hips, we'll do the splits about that far. Kick forward pretty far, actually. Give you a nice leg drop action pose. Kick back a good amount. Upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Upper boot cuff swivel. Have a toe pivot. That's always nice. And some ankle. I know it does have some ankle movement. Mine's a little bit stiff, so I'm not going to try to push it. Does go side to side a bit, and peg holes at the bottom. So yeah, what do you say we go ahead and take a look at his details now? Okay, so looking at the details on this figure, it's not too bad. There are some paint mishaps, like I pointed out earlier. There's a little bit of a paint mark right there. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, But as you can see, right about here, there's a paint mishap. There's another one right there. Not too bad. There's some markings right there, right on his crotch. A little bit of a paint mark right there. Overall, not bad. The Hollywood is printed on very nicely. The white and blue lightning bolts going across his pants look amazing. And then his Hollywood Hogan NWO logo, or face rather, on his boots. They really give that airbrush look. NWO on the inside. Yeah. Really, really amazing figure. One thing I wish they would have gotten, which isn't too big of a deal, I wish they would have got the white outlines on top and on bottom of his knee pads. That would have been a nice touch, but obviously a very small paint details that they're probably not going to waste their time on. But yeah, I think his skin tone is really nice. Probably could be a tad bit darker, in my opinion, because we all know Hollywood Hulk Hogan, he loves his tans. Arms could probably be a little bit bigger, you know, for a man claiming to be the 24-inch pythons. So, very nice. Overall, a really, really great figure. So, what do you say we go into some size comparisons? Alright, so here he is next to a NWO Elite Scott Hall. So, he is just a tad bit taller. Not too bad. There we go. NWO. Alright, there you go. Alright, and here he is next to the Ultimate Edition John Cena. There you go. And then just because here he is next to a standard 6-inch Power Rangers Lightning Collection action figure. And yeah, he towers over these things. Don't really scale too well with 6-inch figures. But just in case you're wondering, since this is mainly a Power Rangers action figure Lightning Collection review channel, there they are. And there you have it, guys. The Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan action figure. Man, I love this figure so much. And I highly, highly recommend you guys pick this up if you're a wrestling fan, a Hogan fan, an NWO fan, what have you. This is just one of those figures I know is going to be hard to get. I believe it's like 2 per case. It's 2 of these and then 2 of the Fiend. Not really into the Fiend personally, so I just went ahead and grabbed this one, and yes, not regretting it at all. Honestly, if there was a top figure that I had to pick out of everything I bought this year for 2020, it's probably going to be this one. The way he just reminds me of the, you know, Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF Raw. It just brings me back to a much simpler time in my life. And this figure is definitely a must pick up. So, until next time, guys. Later.